Good evening, and thank you for joining us this evening for our middle school spring concert, Music Speaks. Our 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students are excited to bring you a concert filled with music that expresses a variety of topics, stories, and emotions. As we perform this evening, please respect all the effort we've put into preparing for our concert. We've worked very hard these past several months learning and practicing so that we can perform for you at our best. Remember that noise and movement from the audience can distract us and cause us to make mistakes. Here's what you can do to support us. Do not shout or call out at any time during songs or in between them. Keep children in their seats and take them out of the auditorium when necessary. If you must leave, please do so between songs so the noise from the door does not disrupt the performance. Do not use flash photography. Turn off your cell phones and other electronic devices so they won't interfere with our sound system. We hope you enjoy our concert this evening, and we thank you again for joining us. We now kindly ask that you please rise as our combined choruses sing our national anthem.
I apologize for the late start. We were having a little bit of technical difficulty, and I forgot to tell them that their seats would be taped off, so just tear the tape off and I'll get it later. Thank you. I'm going to move this piano, and then I'll be back to tell you something. I promise not to talk too much because I know it's excruciatingly hot in here, but I'm going to move this very quickly, and they move, and we will get right to it. This is our sixth grade chorus, and I just wanted to tell you a little bit about them. There are 39 students in our sixth grade chorus this year, which is a very nice high number. These 39 students meet on days 1 and 5 of an 8-day rotation. So that boils down to about once a week. Every once in a while I'll see them twice, which is not a lot of time to teach them. And this year, as you know, we had a lot of 2-hour delays. And on 2-hour delay days, we get canceled. So we had a lot of cancellations. So they learned a lot in 1 day a week or less. So I am very proud of them. And the first thing they are going to sing is Singing Peace Canon. And if you're not sure what a canon is, other than boom boom in war, in music, a canon is similar to a round, like row, row, row your boat. Singing Peace Canon. Okay, our next song, short and sweet, because I'm already melting. Reaching for the Stars. This is a motivational song that speaks of strength, perseverance, and personal goals. Something we all can relate to, especially these sixth graders who are now going to leave our elementary center and come up here next year where the big kids are. So next year you're going to be a big kid. Oh, they said no, they don't want to be a big kid.
I'm sure your parents don't want you to either.
I'm impressed with this group for a number of reasons, but one, being that we only see each other once a week, and sometimes things get canceled. You know, it gets down to the wire, and we're messing up words, and we're, you know, whatever, and you don't know it, and I shouldn't give away my secret, but I'm mouthing the words to them, but that doesn't always mean they've got it before. But these kids took their lyric sheets home and studied them and did what I asked them to. And they came back after one time of like messing things up at rehearsal, and they came back the next time and boom, they knew it because they did what I asked. And that's a great quality. When you get up here to the high school, continue to do that. Your teachers ask you to do something for your work, do it, because it pays off, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Okay, their last song for the time being, they will be back, is an Irving Berlin song, the first of two in this concert, written in 1911, not his first hit, but definitely one of his biggest at the time. And the royalties from this song, with that, he bought his mother a house. This is Alexander's Ragtime Band, and it helped to start the ragtime craze in our country back in the early 20th century.
It's the best band
Now, they'll be back, and I'm going to tell you, we practice coming on and off stage, but we never practice going in the opposite direction. So let's hope that none of them like crash head on as they're doing this. So remember, and as they do that, and you guys come up quietly, right? Okay. Lewis, I need you to be very careful. Okay. Yes, there's a railing. He'll be fine. Okay. Well, that's smart. See, I don't even tell them to do that. They're using their heads. They're waiting until they come back up. Your parents taught you well, thinking ahead. I'm just going to tell you about the next song so we can multitask. And you guys can now go. Thank you. 6th grade? Back. Is that how you go? Okay, go ahead. All right, so as we switch here, our 7th and 8th grade, who I see 5 days a week, every day, all year, are going to start this song, or this part of the concert, with a song called Music is a Common Language, which is kind of our theme tonight. This is actually a medley of 2 Welsh folk medleys. The first one, I actually looked up how to pronounce, and it's pronounced, wait a second, Arhi de Nos, which means all through the night. It was set to English in 1784. And the second one is Sa Ogan, which is a traditional Welsh lullaby that means lull song. The lyrics here display how common music is among people. Despite barriers of language and culture, it is what ties everyone together.
Music is a
We're dedicating our next song. I told them today, I just thought of this morning, so we might as well. I'd Do Anything from the musical Oliver in 1960. British. It was sung by Fagin and his boys, and Fagin's boys and Nancy in the show, but I'd Do Anything is probably what Prince Harry is saying to Meghan Markle in a couple days. So since it's from Britain, we will dedicate it to them. I'd do anything. To ask them if they're okay once in a while. It's been very hot, and I'm not complaining because of the cold winter we had. I had a couple kids come close to fainting in my room, and I got a little lightheaded the other day, so we just need to make sure everybody's okay. The next one, also from a musical, an Andrew Lloyd Webber show. It's the beginning and ending song to the show Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. It was one of his first ever musicals, and the main character has the skill of interpreting dreams and the amazing characteristic of forgiveness.
I close my eyes. That's all right. Doesn't matter.
Going to take them a couple seconds to get ready. Okay. The next song, I promised another Irving Berlin song. If you're not sure who Irving Berlin is, he's the guy that wrote White Christmas and a lot of other things, but you might know that one. He wrote this song, Puttin' on the Ritz, in 1929. It was introduced in the film Puttin' on the Ritz. And it made history in a couple ways. The first way, in 1929, it was the first song in a film to be sung by an ensemble or a group that was an interracial ensemble in 1929. That was historic and a big thing. So that was a great thing. To put on the Ritz back then meant to dress fashionably, to look great, and it was based on, they're still going, it was based on the fancy Ritz Hotel, and everybody thought it was so fancy, so if you put on the Ritz, you were looking fancy. And here it made it into another bit of history, because if you're old like me, and you lived through the 1980s, there was a Dutch musician in 1983 by the name of, and yes, this is his first given name, Taco. Yeah, I don't know, that must be a Dutch thing, I don't know, Taco. But he did a techno pop hit with this song, if anybody from the 80s remembers that. I unfortunately do. But it hit number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100, which, at the time, Irving Berlin was 95 years old. And still living at 95. I guess he wouldn't be 95 if he wasn't living, would he? I don't know. I think the heat's getting to my brain. But that made him the oldest ever living songwriter to have one of his compositions enter the top 10 on Billboard. So that was a pretty amazing feat. Are you ready? Yes, one person turned their head, so I guess we're good. Okay. They're listening, though. They're told not to talk on stage and to be good, so that's a good thing. Okay, Puttin' on the Ritz.
Have you seen the well-to-do up and down Park Avenue on that famous thoroughfare with their noses in
Okay, they're going to pass their hats. Okay, our next thing involves a music education method used to teach pitch, rhythm, and reading music, and it's called solfege. And when I went to college to be a music teacher, I had to take 2 years of this. Some call it sight singing and all that, but the origins date back to the 11th century. It is referenced in King Lear by Shakespeare. Used in the Broadway musical and movie The Sound of Music, when Maria teaches the children to sing, she uses do, re, mi. That's what we're talking about. And we have been using this in class for most of the year, and they have picked up on it so wonderfully. It's a hand signal system, and it is syllables used for each pitch of the scale. And they can do something that they've learned, like you'll see in the song, or they can do it off the cuff. Let's show you. We practiced this, but I'm going to make this up on the spot, so they're going to figure it out on their own.
Oh, no, oh, you can do it. Let's go. Are you ready?
Do, re, mi, do, mi, fa, sol, do, sol, ti, do, mi, sol, fa, mi,
So now we're going to hear it in our solfege symphony.
Here's a song you'll find that entertains, but you'll see we'll have to use our brains, for we would like to sing for you some classic melodies and music solfege too. And in addition, as you will notice, we will attempt to sign with hands.
What? Whose idea was that?
Here's a tune that you should know. Thankfully, it's rather slow. Do, do, mi, so, so, mi. I did wrote this song. Surprise! Do, do, mi, so, so. So, so. Do, do. Do, mi, so, so. So, so. Heaven, the blue jay wolves. It's by Strauss. If you've not heard it, it's not our fault. It's a tune that will brighten up, and you'll see that we're doing our best. So mi re so mi re. This song is free, so now aren't you impressed? But now we suggest a minor song. It won't be long. Mi, 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 fa, fa, mi, so, so, fa, mi, re, do, do, re, mi, re, do, do. Yes, you're right, this great melody is another piece by Beethoven. We hope you've enjoyed this song we call our Solfege Symphony. So, Mr. Fast, our Solfege Symphony. Da-da!
The moment you've all been waiting for. As much as you love our music, I know you're waiting to go outside where it's cool. So we're coming to our last song. But before we do that, I'm going to ask my sixth graders now to silently, because I have to talk here, so silently come back up, okay? I'm going to say a few thank yous to my boosters, obviously, my boosters who've been out there helping me. They help me all year, keep me sane, help me with concerts, fundraising, all of that stuff. My officers are Debbie Shaw, Christine Ruperto, and Donna Stewart. We had some other parent helpers, and I was going crazy and didn't get to see who all was out there. So if you were helping, thank you, and I apologize for not listing your name. We had some senior high chorus members who were here helping with ushering and on stage, and that is Brianna Allison was here helping, Erin Gary, my niece, who I did not force to do it, she volunteered, but my daughter Hannah Gary is forced. But she would volunteer anyway, because that's the kind of kid she is. And before we go on, I just want to recognize two other students who participated in the PMEA, which is Pennsylvania Music Educators Association. They have choral festivals that are all the way down into elementary up to senior high, and my senior high students do it as well. But they have a junior high choral festival every year that involves students in 5 different counties in our area. And there are kids that represent a lot of schools in those counties. And 2 of our students went this year, got accepted, and participated in a really cool festival at, I think it was Moon High School, Moon Middle School. And that is Tyler Feeney and Nathaniel Gary. They were 2 of the most prepared kids at the festival too, I have to brag. They did a really good job. And so now, without further ado,
We have. Okay, for our 2 flowers up here.
yes, you have to see your tickets. Tickets were pulled already back there, and 1 flower goes to ticket holder number. Oh my, they're very close. Wait a second, I better read this correctly. I'm getting old. 1901718. Woo, we got a winner! Right there. You can come up now or you can come up after, either one. Okay. We got another one. It's very close to that number. 1901716. Did you? Somebody, okay, we don't have another ticket out there somewhere, so we'll figure that out. Okay, our 50-50. Somebody is getting $157.50. And that one we're gonna pick. We have any?
Young man, would you like to come pick our ticket? No, how about
This is awesome.
lady behind? Come on.
Just want to know you. This is Why they don't have 2 megaphones here in the state? Just moving. Okay. Just to move the air.
We'll draw another flower winner out of there. Okay. 157.50 goes to 2929494. I will say that again. 2929494. Ooh, we got a winner! Woohoo! This one is for the other flower, 2929709. 2929709. Nobody wants the flowers. They were from Wagner's greenhouse. Donated by Wagner's greenhouse. Okay. One more. Third's a charm. Somebody gotta claim this flower because I'm melting and I need to go home and take a shower. 2929556. We are moving on to our last song. Our last song, done by the entire group of 6 through 8, is This Land Is Your Land. 1960s folk musician Woody Guthrie wrote this song. He traveled the country as a youth and it describes the America that he traveled. Thank you for coming and hope you cool off when you walk out the door and please drive safely. And thank you for supporting music and the arts for your children. It's a very important aspect of their education. Thank you very much.
You could see his mother, I know.
This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me.
Thank you very much. Give them a minute after I close because my door's locked. They got to go in and get their stuff, and they will be out to greet you in a moment. But thank you once again.